here we go. We gonna start now. It's really bright. The light coming in from outside. It's really bright on my eyes. But we're gonna start anyways. Hello, church. How has your year been going? Mine has been going rough. A few months ago, I was reminding some of my friends about the good things that God had promised for us this year, and one of my friends commented, "We thought this year would be way easier than last year, but it's even harder. What's up with that?" And I would have to agree with her. But God didn't promise an easy year. He promised 3 things. 1, blessings. 2, fulfillment of promises. And 3, victories in all of the battles that we've been facing. He never promised a trouble-free year, but he did promise peace of mind through the troubles, which can only be attained if we trust him. And I think that's one of the main reasons why this year has been so difficult for most of us. We haven't been trusting God with our situations, our battles, our worries and anxieties. We keep trying to change the situation on our own, to fix that problem, to make that dream come true. But really, only God can do those things. So why isn't he doing them? Well, have you ever been in a situation where you know exactly what to do, you know exactly how to do it, like the method, the way, the time frame that it needs to be done in, and everything? And then somebody comes along and decides that they're going to do it for you. Because they apparently know better, which they don't. They don't know it better than you because you're like an expert in it, and they are not. And then they try to do it for you, and then they end up making a big mess, and it ends up taking even longer because you have to fix their mess as well as fix the initial situation. Ever experienced a situation like that before? Yeah, well, that's what it's like with us and God sometimes, where we're like, I can do it on my own, and he's just like behind us trying to be like, can you move? Can I get in here? No, don't do that. No, if you had done this that I told you to do, and not done that, this whole situation would not have happened, and now I have to do more stuff to fix it, but I can't because, like, you're in my way. Can you move so that I can do my job? Yeah. And then we complain to God and ask him why he's not doing anything. And in reality, he's sitting there being like, well, I can't do anything because you won't let me do anything. Can you just, like, move? Take your hands off. Let me do it. Yeah, that was me and God quite a few times this year. Just being honest. There were multiple situations this year where some young women that I'm mentoring made really stupid decisions that, unfortunately, are currently destroying their life. My first reaction was to constantly be pursuing them, to just badger them with good advice until they chose the right path. And I even considered kidnapping, which probably would not be a good idea because it would make the situation worse, and, it's also illegal. But the thought did cross my mind at one time, knowing that it would never work. But have you ever gotten that frustrated with someone that you're like, you're making such a stupid decision? I should remove you from that path, physically remove you from that path, and I will lock you in my house, and I will love on you and teach you the right way to live so you don't destroy yourself. Fortunately, that is illegal, and I would never actually do that. Because it wouldn't change. Initially, it wouldn't change the person. They would probably just go back to doing their own thing the instant they had freedom. Yeah. But every time I tried to control the situation, God gave me this warning. Hands off, Katrina. Don't do my job for me. My thoughts to this was, but aren't we supposed to pursue people and give good advice to those who are harming themselves? God's reply? Yes. But you have done all that you can. It's my turn now. Wait for my timing. Trust me. Let me do it. I will do it. Take your hands off. It's my job. I will do it. Sometimes the hardest fight is to take your hands off of a situation and let somebody else fight it for you. To do absolutely nothing and just wait and watch to see what happens. And who better to deal with these situations than God, who knows all things? He knows the deepest desires of your heart. He knows your thoughts. He knows what actions you're going to do, like what crimes you're going to commit or not commit, what life choices you're going to make. So he knows when you need somebody to pursue you and to speak truth into your life, or he knows when they need to hold back because it will just be too much for you, or the person just isn't going to listen. So why waste resources? Kingdom of God is like a battle. If you're wasting resources on someone who's not going to respond, then you've wasted time and effort where you could have been spending it on somebody who is going to respond. That's a life lesson I learned this year. Anyways, I think as Christians, that's one of the hardest things for us to learn, to not do God's job for him. Instead, let's do as Psalm 27 says, I remain confident in this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord. Be strong, take heart, and wait for the Lord. So for those of us who are feeling hopeless, who have had it really rough this year and feels like all those promises that God made aren't coming to pass, the promise of a good year, the promise of that debt being paid, the promise of just having stress-free relationships, like whatever it is, clearing up of a job situation, whatever. Be confident in the goodness of God. He will do it. Remember what he's done for you in the past. Remember how the times that he never failed you. I mean, even like just thinking about my own life, every time a situation comes up, either a financial situation or an issue with, most of the time it's money, me not having enough work, like according to my budget, I should be in debt, I should be in the red by the end of the month. And yet every single time, I'm not. Like I always have just enough. So I've learned to just stop worrying because it's bad for your health. Let's just face it. It's bad for your health. It gets you nowhere. It just leaves you down in a deep pit where you're struggling and you're frustrated and you're fearful and you're tormented. So instead, let's remind ourselves of the good things that God has done. Let's keep our eyes on the goodness of God. Let's remember that he has never left us alone. He has never forsaken you nor abandoned you. He has always given you the right amount at the right time. So there is nothing to fear. You can stay confident. Stand confident in what God has done and what he will do, because what he has done is proof that he will continue to do the same in the future, because we serve a God that is the same yesterday. We serve a God that is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He does not change like man changes. Okay, that means that you don't have to worry that God will not come through. He will always come through for you. Oh, that was a good spiel. That was good truth. Kind of was all over the place, but we're almost done. Let's end 2019 right. Let's take our hands off of what only our King Jesus can do. Let's rest in him, take heart, and confidently watch him do what he has promised to us. This year is not over yet. Let's be victorious. Well, that's all for today. I hope you all stay happy and healthy. Peace. We're in there trying to change the situation, being like, oh yeah, I can make this happen, and if I do this, or say this to this person, you know, it'll change everything. And God's in there trying to be like, can you move out of the way? No, like I need to get over here, but you're standing in front of me. No, like don't do that. You just made the situation worse. You just blew everything up. Wonderful. Everything's in flames. I could fix it if you would move. If you would just don't touch that. Like take your hands off that. Why won't you listen to my instructions? Stay calm. I will not flood the earth again. I will not flood the earth again. Okay. And then we're complaining to God, asking him, why aren't you doing anything to fix this situation? And he's looking down at us being like, well, I would if you would let me.